dumb thing I did was ask a guy out after he told me to go kill myself. Yes, I'm being Hey, welcome back to another video nobody asked for. I'm Sarah and today I'm making another video. So this video is going to be about the stupid things I did while having a crush. Well, having different crushes, because there was more than one, unfortunately. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into the video. The first stupid thing that I would do is, like many other people, turn into the green, well, I don't even know about many, but like some other people may be able to relate to, is turn into the green-eyed monster, aka I got super duper jealous. Well, maybe not super duper, but I got jealous many a time, too many times. I'm so embarrassing. I didn't get jealous for every single crush I had. I would typically get jealous when the guys I liked were holding hands with other girls, or if they got a little too cozy with other girls, or like if it was a girl who had a boyfriend, I'd always be like, doesn't she have a boyfriend, or don't you have a boyfriend? So other times I'd get sad jealous, and what I mean by sad jealous is that basically I'd wish I was in the girl he was super close to place. So essentially sad jealousy typically happened if a guy got into a relationship or it seemed like he was about to get in a relationship with another girl. Or if he asked another girl to prom, because that happened one time. I'm like, aw, dang. Or if he seemed like he liked another girl more than he liked me. I mean, that usually was always the case because most of my crushes didn't like me back. But there was the one time where this guy who I had a crush on also had a crush on me, and the feelings were mutual for once, but he also liked another girl at the same time, and he definitely liked her a lot more than he liked me. For example, he got her stuff on Valentine's Day. I think he got her a bear and he got her chocolates. He also hugged her for longer, and no, I did not count the seconds he hugged her. He literally would say, I'm gonna hug you for longer, and I was just like, thanks for rubbing it in my face. I don't even care, man. He also wrote her poems, which is totally unfair. He didn't do any of that for me, which definitely made me think that he didn't like me at all, but he did. He just treated us differently, so that was nice. And I couldn't be mad at her because she's such a great person. She's such a nice, wholesome, smart, overall great person. I don't blame him for liking her better. Every time she'd come around, I'd just be like, oh great, it's her. I'm sad now. So another thing that I would do that, I think a lot of other people when crushing can relate to is light stalking. And by light stalking, I really mean light stalking. I don't mean I would go crazy, go stupid. I want to call it light stalking. No, I genuinely mean I did some light stalking. And it was really only for one crush now that I think about it. My first crush. Light stalking, as I said, only happened with my first crush, my freshman year of high school? Yes, freshman year of high school. I had him on Facebook, and every single day I would look to see if he was in a relationship or if his relationship status changed. I don't remember. 2011 was a long time ago. He went from like something to it's complicated with a girl, and that really freaked me out. I'm like, wait, what does that even mean? So the next dumb thing I did was ask a guy out after he told me to go kill myself. Yes, I'm being serious. I made a whole story time about it. It's called My Crush Told Me to Kill Myself. You should go check it out. That's a fun video. I had a great time making it. Oh gosh, my camera just moved. So basically, only 2 weeks after my crush told me he'd rather have me dead, I was like, hey, you know what we should do? We should date. I don't understand why I thought that was a good idea. He made it so very clear. If he hadn't made it clear before telling me to kill myself, saying, Sarah, I wish you were dead. Like, if you were dead, that would bring me joy. But I was like, he said that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Speaking of Mr. Sarah, go kill yourself, I also wrote this guy a love letter. Mind you, I think I wrote him a love letter before he told me to kill myself, so I guess that was a little bit more reasonable, but I know for a fact I wasn't in love with him, and I knew this back then. I don't understand why I wrote him a love letter randomly. Honestly, writing it out wasn't even the worst part. The fact that I gave it to him.
Why?
Oh my gosh, that was a huge mistake. That was such a bad idea. He would use it almost like, I wouldn't say to blackmail me, but he would consistently say, hey Sarah, if you make me mad enough, I'll show this to other people. Which was really annoying. While we're still on the subject of Mr. Sarah, you should go kill yourself. I also, because he was a very, very, very nosy person, I also tricked him into reading a fake diary that I made. Yep, that's right. I made a fake diary. I don't know what was wrong with me at the age of 14, but for some reason, I was like, oh my gosh, what if I made this notebook that was a diary? And I made fake entries and stuff that started in like 8th grade and like tricked him into reading, because I knew it would be very, very, very easy to trick him into reading it, and I was successful. So successful. So if you're watching this, I highly doubt he's watching it, but if by some weird chance he's watching this, got him. Got him. That was interesting, to say the least. I don't even remember how I did it. I think I just casually write, and he'd be like, what are you writing? Because like I said, nosy, mind your business. And it's like, no, oh my gosh, don't even look. Pathetic. Myself, not him. Well, us both. Next really dumb and actually pretty sad thing that I did when I had crushes was that I was really mean to them. I mean, not all of my crushes. I think only 2, Mr. Sarah, you should go kill yourself, and Ravioli Nipple. Yeah, those 2, I was the meanest to. They didn't deserve that. I mean, Mr. Sarah, you should go kill yourself. That's kind of debatable on how much he deserved, because he was mean to me too. But then again, you can't fight fire with fire, so no, he didn't deserve that. Especially since I was supposed to like him. I mean, I did. When I was mean to crushes, it's usually in a joking form. It would usually just be me making really mean jokes, because that was my sense of humor. Because this really bad thing happened where I would make mean jokes and then people would actually laugh, and I'm like, oh, they like me. They're laughing at things I say, so that means they like me. So let me say more really mean things, so then they'll laugh at that, and then they'll like me even more, because I guess for the longest time I wanted to be accepted. It's another video for another time. It gets laughs, it entertains people, so let me keep going. And I'm definitely getting better at that. I'm not gonna say there aren't times where I don't slip up and say mean things in a joking way. I do, but I'm definitely working on it and trying to be more conscious about things you should joke about and things you shouldn't joke about, because sometimes, you know, a little blunt humor is okay, but you definitely have to be aware of things you should say and things you shouldn't say. But one way I was super mean to Mr. Sarah, you should go kill yourself, is, this is so bad. You're gonna judge me for saying this. You're gonna judge me so hard, because I judge myself for saying this. But one time, and mind you, I was 14, not that that excuses anything. I told him that and trigger warning, he looks like he'll be a pedophile when he grows up. I thought it was funny. That's why. Again, with the horrible sense of humor, the really mean sense of humor, that's where that came in. I don't understand why I thought that would be funny, for one, and why I thought it was okay to say that to her, because he got mad when I said that, and I was like, oh my gosh, lighten up, it's a joke. I mean, granted, I didn't say that to him, I said that in my head, but I remember not even really understanding why he was mad, because I was like, it's a joke, duh. Yeah, not a good one. I'm so sorry, man. That was not okay by any means. Another example of how I was really mean to one of my crushes is, like I mentioned before, Mr. Ravioli Nipple. Don't ask why I call him Ravioli Nipple, just go with it, okay? And that's not, me calling him Ravioli Nipple isn't even a part of the mean sense of humor. That originated somewhere else. And one example of how I was super mean to him was, oh gosh, I hope you can't hear that. So how I was mean to Ravioli Nipple was one time, because he did something that I did not approve of, I shunned him for 4 entire days, which I think would have been fine if it wasn't a shunning, it was just me saying, hey, I need space, because the reason why I didn't talk to him for those days is because I needed space. But instead of telling him that I needed space, I just abruptly stopped talking to him, which was not cool. Not cool at all. What made it worse was, after like 2 days, I turned it into this stupid joke that no one but me found funny, where I would say, oh my gosh, do you guys hear somebody talking whenever he would talk? Or if he held something, like if he held a cup or something, I'd be like, oh, that cup is floating. And then someone told me to stop, so I did. And I stopped shutting him, but I stopped turning it into a joke. And then I eventually talked to him again. Like, dang, I can't believe I did that for 4 days. I wouldn't do that again because it was unnecessary. It's definitely a lot better and more mature, because I was extremely immature, to just communicate with people. Don't just cut off communication without communicating with the person first. Another stupid thing that I surprisingly did with more than one crush, and take a wild guess which crushes those were. The aforementioned ones. I hopped onto their backs and I expected a piggyback ride.
Why? Why?
Not even asked, just expected one. The first time I did this was with Mr. Sarah, you should go kill yourself. When I randomly hopped on his back, like we were in gym, right? And he was talking to somebody else. Didn't even notice that. The next thing I know, I'm on his back and he starts screaming, bro. Screaming. And I was just like, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he screaming? And I just hopped down. I like how I thought, what's wrong with him? As if I wasn't the one who just hopped on his back out of nowhere. Honestly, that was really weird. I don't know why I did that. Unfortunately, that was only the first time I did that. I mean, granted, it was the only time I did it with him, but later on, I did that again. And he was like, Sarah, get off my back. You're wearing a dress, remember? And I'm like, oh yeah. Poor decisions made on my behalf. I wouldn't do it again. I've grown up so much. Thanks. So last, but certainly not least, stupid thing I've done while having a crush, as if there aren't so many more, but this is where I'm gonna cut the video off, is I'm not even gonna tell you when this happened because it is just so embarrassing that I did this at my big age. But I had a temper tantrum over a guy, and when I say temper tantrum, don't get it twisted. I don't mean like the same type of temper tantrum that little kids have where they throw themselves on the floor and they start kicking and screaming. No, it wasn't that crazy. It wasn't that crazy, but it was horrible to say the least. I screamed and then I just stormed off over a guy. And mind you, this guy's not even cute. God made everyone in their image, so everyone's beautiful. If you're gonna have a temper tantrum over somebody, especially a guy, at least let it be a cute guy. Let it be a guy who looks like Lakeith Stanfield or Jelani Aladdin or Darren frickin' Chris. I love Darren Chris. Do you love Darren Chris? I love Darren Chris. He's so cute. Not that I'm saying you should ever have a temper tantrum over a crush because, ew, it's not that deep. I apologize to anybody who unfortunately had to witness that because that was gross. So that's all I have for today. If you didn't hate this video, you can like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.